Hello, my dear children. Today in Archana online class, I am going to teach you Volume 3 Biodiversity. In this part, we have to discuss about the species area relationship. This topic is very important topic for the CBSE exam. So, try to understand each and everything related with this topic minutely. So, what is the meaning between the species area relationship? Species, all of you know that same kind of individual living in a place that can breed with each other is called a species. And area is the place where they live. So, how we relate each other? So, first, this is very important to learn the name of the geographer, that is Alexander von Humboldt. The first geographer and naturalist Alexander von Humboldt observed that a species richness within a region increases with increasing area, but only up to a certain limit. Suppose that if you have a garden in your home and you plant some kind of flower and you increase the area of the garden, again you plant some plant. So in that case, if you increase the area, the plants can be also increased by you. But there is a certain limit. This is not continuous, not unlimited. So he observed that a species richness, all of you also understood what is the meaning of a species richness. Previous class I told about the species richness. The number of species per unit area is called species richness. So all of you also now know Humboldt what observe? The species richness within a region increases with increasing area, but only up to a certain limit. In South America, jungles has greater species richness. Like all of you also know about the Amazon forest. So now you can understand, if there is more species in any area, that means there is more diversity. So Humboldt also gave relationship between the species and area. Now try to understand on which factor species richness depend. Species richness depends on how many species present in an area or in one area. So all of you have idea species richness means the number of species present in unit area. Second is species evenness. How even number of organisms distributed. Here I also want to ask with you, what is the meaning of species evenness? When we say that species evenness also help us to understand species richness, relationship between species and area, so what is the meaning of evenness and unevenness? Communities where species are represented by more or less the same number of individuals exhibit unevenness. So where a species represented by more or less the same number of individuals exhibit evenness. Now, communities where one or more species have more individuals than other, so dominance, and that is also known as unevenness. So I think now all of you understand species richness depends on two factors: how many species present in one area, and second is species evenness, how even number of organisms is distributed. Species richness increase with the explored area, but only up to a certain limit. if space's richness increases with area, normal graph obtained. So, are you able to understand? Point it. Space's richness increase with explored area, but only up to a certain limit. In that case, space's richness increase with area, we get normal graph. So here I have tried to show you a space's richness relationship, a space's area relationship by using this graph. So what does it mean? Try to understand. The relationship between a species, richness and area is a rectangular hyperbola for a wide variety of taxa, whether they are birds, freshwater fishes, bats, flowering plant, any organism, any plant. On a logarithmic scale, if you try to obtain the graph, you will get a straight line. You will get a straight line. Okay? You will get a straight line. Is it clear? So now in this graph, all of you are able to see in that condition, the relationship between a space's richness and area is rectangular hyperbola, and for a wide variety of taxa, we on a logarithmic scale, it is a straight line. Now come on and try to understand how will you represent it. So now all of you know that species is depends on the species richness depend on the area, the number of species present in given area. So definitely you understand now species richness is directly proportional to the area. S is directly proportional to the area. So here S is species and A is area. So we can get here S is equal to CA. A species richness is equal to C is actually constant number, A is area. Z is exponential and C is constant number. So try to understand now, if you add log in the both direction, log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. If taking both sides log, where S is richness, species richness, A is area and C is constant number. So Z slope of the line here also known as regression or regulation coefficient. Okay, now C is constant, that depends on the unit area of measurement intersection. So here try to understand how will we get the graph. S is equal to CAZ. What is here Z? Here Z is slope of the line, that is regression or regulation of coefficient. So S is equal to C into A Z. Z is here exponential. If it increase, area increase, decrease, area decrease, and C is constant number. So you get hyperbola. If you provide log in both of the direction, add log in the both of the direction, you will get log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. And C is constant, that depends on the unit area of measurement, and Y is intersection. So this graph is very important. Sometimes in CBSE exam graph is given and question is raised according to the graph, and sometimes question is given as draw or explain a species area relationship with the help of graph. And in NCERT book, when you go through it, it is written as C is Y intercept while A is area. So don't confuse here. This is same thing. So either you can write C is constant that depends on the unit area of the measurement, or you can also write C is y-intercept while A is area. So here I have cut this line. Either you write this one or this one, both will be correct. Okay, now this is very important for 1 mark question also. If regression coefficient or slope of the line comes to have z value, that means if the z value is in between 0.1 to 0.2, that means there is normal richness. Here normal richness means it is regard with the taxonomic group or the region where the plants are grown. For example, plants in Britain, birds in California, or mollusca in New York. Is it clear? So if we get 0.1 to 0.2 value of Z, that means there is normal richness of species. If retrogression coefficient or slope of the line comes to have Z value between the 0.6 to 1.2, that means it is actually for the big continent and gives us information about when the species area relationship considered for a large area are alike whole continent. For example, frugivorous birds, mammals of tropic forest of different continents with a steeper line of 1.15. Now, I think all of you understood if the Z value is 0.1 to 0.2, that means there is normal richness. A species area relationship is normal. But if you get 0.6 to 1.2 Z value, that means this is representation for the big continent. Okay, logarithm scale do not get rectangular hyperbola. If you represent it on logarithm scale, you will not get rectangular hyperbola. Okay, now a species area relationship curve for different types of area. This is the actually representation. This is not given in our NCERT syllabus. So here some questions are given that is related with a species area relationship. Observed by Alexander von Humboldt in a region, the species richness increase for increasing area but only up to a certain limit. The textbook graph to be drawn and labeled. So this is very important question for a recapitulate or learn this topic. The expression both in normal condition, all of you know in normal condition, we get hyperbola. Whereas log scale, we can't get rectangular hyperbola. The meaning and significance of each term to be written in 1 or 2 lines. Like what is the meaning of species? What is the meaning of species richness? What is species evenness? What is species unevenness? The different values of RC. RC means here regression coefficient, that is Z value of different continent can be given for value addition to the answer. This is important question from this topic. Now thank you and do not forget to like or subscribe me, and in next session I will provide you this topic in volume 4, importance of species diversity to the ecosystem. Thank you very much.